Today was one of those days where I needed to focus on the things that had to get done. I needed to focus on being a good mom while I was around the kids, and I needed to focus on making it to the time until I can rest. Have you ever had one of those days where you just don't feel like being a mom? Today's one of those days. I have an optic migraine that I'm trying to just fight through because Olivia's not down for a nap yet. Kids aren't in front of the screen. I'm needing to stay close by. We're just gonna be making a cake instead while I'm not feeling well. Thankfully, I have a big kid that just volunteered to help with us because I'm gonna need him to read this because I'm gonna have a hard time reading the recipe with my migraine. Today was one of those days where I needed to focus on the things that had to get done. I needed to focus on being a good mom while I was around the kids, and I needed to focus on making it to the time until I can rest. We had to postpone cake baking for a little bit because I realized it's lunchtime and the little ones need to eat. That way they're not so high demanding. And why are you so amazing? Thanks for helping. Ezekiel's my one that when he knows that I need some help or I'm not feeling well, he jumps right in and gets the job done without me asking. I don't give him any direction or anything, and I just walk back in the room and he's making the sandwiches that I got distracted because I was doing laundry and came back to do. You're making mess of laundry. You have been a handful today. I think what she really likes to do is just help, and if I'm not giving her something that's actually productive to help, she will go and destroy things trying to be helpful herself. Hey Toby, pull that black lever towards you. There you go, good job.
It's not loud anymore.
It's not loud anymore.
It's not loud anymore.
I don't know what's been going on with me lately, but I've been getting optic migraines about once a week, so I'm gonna be getting that checked out this month. When I get an optic migraine, that just totally shuts me down. And I'm actually surprised that I did so well today with that. It definitely helped having Ezekiel around and him being on top of things, seeing that I needed help, jumping right in there. He was so fun to watch working with his siblings. I was just listening to him and looking at him and thinking, wow, like this is the payoff. This is the payoff of training our children while they're young. That way when they're getting older, they start training the younger kids, and this is when you multiply. And that was so cool to get to listen to and watch.
How can you open up this?
Can you figure it out?
Soft like hair.
Here, Karis, open this. Dump it in.
Step on it.
While I'm working in the kitchen, I go back and forth between having the kids be totally hands-on and being okay being away. Like right now they're playing fine by themselves, so I'm okay that they're out there. If they start getting loud, that's when I'm like, all right, everybody come in, and I find jobs for each person because they're not playing well by themselves and they need a little bit more time with me to make sure that they're happy. That's usually whenever you see a lot of my kids in the kitchen helping out, it's because I'm either trying to prevent fights or they're just not able to get along on their own at the moment. And so I bring them all in, give them something productive to do. They usually do really well together, and then they're okay to go back off and play.
No, Chloe, grab one of these ones.
All right.
No, it's not. You don't put it like this. Now put it straight. No, straight. Okay, now put it like this and cut it like this. Yep, like that.
Even though I was not feeling well today, I made myself just push through it and just keep going, but knowing my limits at the same time. And so knowing that I need to let the kids go play as much as they can, but when they need me and they need some more structure, I need to bring them in and draw them in and be ready for that and have jobs ready for them to do. That's one thing that I have tried to think through before I get into a chaotic situation and be like, I don't know what to do with you kids, is to have something in my mind of knowing this age kid can do this or this age kid can do that, and give them a job that is productive and helpful, because kids know when they're actually doing something helpful or when you're just giving them some busy work to try to just shoo them away. And it's been really cool to give my kids something that maybe a few years ago I would have been like, that's crazy for you to give that young of a kid this thing to do. So I like to challenge my kids and give them something that maybe they haven't done before, or maybe I think, I don't know if you can actually do this. You might be a little too young for this. And just give it to them and see what they do, because it's so fun to be surprised by what they can actually handle and do. My crust isn't completely cooled down, like it's not cold, which I think is okay, because I need to bake the cheesecake anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour my batter into that and hope this all turns out okay. I've never done a sugar-free cheesecake before, but after this summer, we've been having sugar about once a week, and I have been crashing hard. I thought that I wasn't being affected by when I had sugar and then would cut back and not have it anymore. But then I finally realized every time I've allowed myself to have sugar, I am just exhausted. So I've cut it out completely again, and I'm feeling so much better. So this is our first sugar-free cheesecake. We did just go to the Cheesecake Factory not too long ago, and I also bought cheesecake for the kids last week for dessert. So it'll be interesting to see how this compares. I really hope that this turns out delicious. My other thing though is if it does turn out delicious, we might not have enough for everybody. So I'm gonna be making some toppings, and hopefully that'll make up for this being really good. My other tip while I'm not feeling great is nap time for Livia. Like, it's so tempting to just go ahead and put her down for a nap, but I'm not ready to rest yet, so I'm gonna keep her up and playing until I'm ready to go down, and then she can go down at the same time. Or sometimes nap time comes early, because this girlie has taken her patch off for the 4th or 5th time today, so we're just gonna go take a nap. And so are my older girls, because everybody's a little cranky right now. Thank you girls for getting right in your bed. Now the only other thing left to do is chop some strawberries, but first I'm gonna go lay down while I can. I am so thankful that I was able to get a rest time in, even if it wasn't as long as I was hoping, but it always helps me to be able to just go and relax and refresh. And this time I was so tired, I didn't look at my phone, I didn't do anything. I went and laid right down and fell right to sleep. My nap time unfortunately ended early after getting woken up twice by the same kid wanting something from me. So that kid's in bed, and the rest of us get to work. Sorry guys, their screen time got cut short, but we have an hour and a half before company comes. We gotta finish up dessert and get our house ready. It has been a long time since I have made a really good dessert, and now I'm making some chocolate sauce to go on top of the cheesecake.
What?
Sugar-free chocolate sauce.
Oh.
Is it yummy?
I'm trying to get.
That's really good.
I need to fix.
That's really good.
I got my chocolate syrup done just in time for the cake to be done in the oven. Look how pretty. I made a major mistake. I forgot to grease my pan. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I hope I totally did not butcher dessert for tonight. Moment of truth. I don't know if I want the moment of truth. Let go. Not too bad. Definitely not pretty, but not too bad. That is a thin cheesecake, not very thick. Hopefully all the strawberries will make up for it. I today actually did not touch a strawberry in any of the preparation time. I was surprised. I didn't wash one strawberry, I didn't cut one strawberry. That huge bowl of strawberries that was left over, my kids did that. I did none of that, and that is amazing to be able to look back and be like, oh, you guys did that all by yourselves. I didn't even instruct anyone how to do it. Ezekiel did that part of that. That just blew me away when I realized that. I was proud of myself today, knowing my limits and pushing myself as far as I knew I could, and then stopping and being like, okay, this is it. Like, I can take a break right now. I need to take the break right now. And I think it's a good example to set for my kids as well, of knowing limits and knowing when it's okay to step back and have to rest or have some alone time during the day. And then you can come back and you can be kind to everyone. Because I think we all have our limits, and recognizing those limits and giving ourselves what we need when we need it is important.